It's time to dust off your favorite chair and sit in front of the big screen TV. Get a drink in your hand because it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Your number one host, the Thunder from Down Under, a man on a quest to make money for beer. Sparring DK presents Relegation Regen Rebuild, Manchester United. Hello and welcome back to a brand new series. This is Relegation Regen Rebuild, Manchester United. Now, we need to cover quite a few things. If you're new around here, feel free to subscribe, drop a notification bell and all that kind of good stuff because you're in for one hell of a ride. If you're familiar with our Relegation Regen Rebuild series, you'll kind of get the gist of what happens. We basically take a big team, drop them back, replace their squad with Regen's youth academy players, and then go forward and try and get to that Champions League final. Now, July, it's just around the corner. We're knocking on the door. We're only a couple of months away from FIFA 21. Normally, I would have had a lot more time to do this series, but if you watch the Youth Edition, 145 episodes, we started a little bit late, and unfortunately, it means that we don't have as much time as we would like with this secondary series that we generally do on the channel. So what I've done here is I've chosen Manchester United. We're back in England once again. We've been around all the big leagues over the last few years, the last few titles. We obviously started this in, I think it was FIFA 15. We did Arsenal, we've done Bayern Munich, we've done PSG, we've done Atletico Madrid, and I felt it was time to come back to the English competition. Now, we could have dropped them all the way back to League 2, but I just don't think that we would have had time to, progress and, build that series the same way that we normally do. So I've changed it up a little bit this year. It's going to be a little bit accelerated, but hopefully it gives us enough time to give you an in-depth series that we can get completed before FIFA 21. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty on what I've got planned for the series. Manchester United, we've dropped them back just into the Championship. Just to, make sure things are a little bit accelerated and hopefully a little bit of a challenge. We've obviously got our slider set in play, which if you did watch the Youth Edition series, you know how tight and contested and tough that can be. So this is going to be a little bit tricky. Now, I haven't released all of the players as we usually would. We will get to the squad shortly, but the basic gist of this series is youth players and regens are the only players we're allowed to sign. We build up this squad, we grow their potentials, and we try and win ourselves a Champions League if possible. So here we are, Manchester United in the Championship. I moved Fulham back up into the Premier League. That is the only change that was made. So let's get into it. Let's get into the nitty-gritty and let's show you what's going on before we get underway in our first season with Manchester United. Right, so our manager for this season, for this team, is Fabio Arnaiz. He was our Scout Future Star from the PSG series. I think he got to like a 95 overall. He was the captain, he led from the front, and he really did a tremendous job. So he will be our man in charge here for this Manchester United series. We obviously have a shitload of money to play with. We'll check on the squad and everything shortly, but just to give you an indication of our objectives for this season, a lot of it is to grow youth squad players, which is fine because that's what we do on this channel. Some shirt sales, I'm not sure if we'll be able to hit that one, but we'll do our best. Domestically, just to avoid relegation, and that you'll understand why that is once you get to see what the squad has and no financial objectives. Right, so what I've done for this campaign is I've basically gone through, brought everyone back from loan that was out on loan with the Manchester United squad, and then anyone that was a 75 rating or over has been released to the free agency list. It means that we keep a couple of the youngsters around that are up and coming for Manchester United, so if you are a Manchester United fan, there may be some players around here. Whether they're still here in a season or two time, I do not know. You'd assume that if a team like Manchester United did get, relegated back to the Championship, some of these key players that have been left over here would be snapped up pretty quickly. The likes of Mason Greenwood, he's 74, he's got potential, he's only 17, so you'd assume that he would move on to a bigger club unless Manchester United can get back up to the top flight pretty quickly. Tuanzebe as well, Williams, Fosu Mensah, probably the key players for this squad. We've held Grant. He's 36 years old though, so he's going to need replacing pretty quickly. There's a couple of young goalkeepers here on the bench in Pereira and Hahara, but we'll probably look at bringing in a youth keeper pretty quickly. And then there's a couple of random free agents that I just had to put in to fill out the squad. Those lads are pretty much gone as soon as the first youth influx is in. So we've got Gomez, Greenwood and Chong across the front three. We've got Levitt, Garner and Hamilton in the midfield. And then we've got Laird at right back. So, I mean, some young upcoming stars for Manchester United, but how long they stick around, who knows? You'd assume that some of the youth academy players that we bring through will definitely be looking at replacing a lot of these players in the first team. And the fact that, you know, Greenwood to Wanzabeth, they could leave in the first transfer window. If offers come in for these players, they have to be sold. That is my ruling. Any of the real players, if they get an offer, I'm not going to put them on the transfer list, but if they get an offer come in, that is it. They are on their way to whoever comes in and has a little bit of a sniff around. Now, we're pretty short in regards to the backup brigade. There's no midfielders, really only, you know, taking these 4 players into consideration. So we don't have a backup striker, wingers, midfielders, and I mean, Fosu Mensah playing centre-back at the moment. So we've got a lot of work to do here to restore this team to some of the former glories that you've seen in the past of such a huge club. Of course, what we do in every series on this channel, providing they're available, is a scout future star. This man will never be able to be sold regardless of his potential, but hopefully it's someone of class that we can build a team around. So let's send the scout out and see if we can bring back a true talent for this squad. Now, the Youth Academy is definitely a big part of our campaign, a big part of this channel. And we've, you know, got 3 former players from the PSG series. Tom Schulte, the massive centre-back, I think he was 90 overall. Adriano Amaral, the Brazilian striker, got to about 89, I think. And Lars de Witt was the creative playmaker through the midfield. I think he got to about an 85. They're all 5-star. You'd expect that. Manchester United definitely have a big Youth Academy presence throughout the world. And well, we need to send these scouts out. So what we do in these career modes is I give you guys at home the opportunity to pick the countries that we're going to scout. Now, we are using the PC, we are using mods, so we can scout any country that is available in the mods. And what I like to do is say, put a country down below in the comments section. You know, and what you would like to see a scout, whether it's physically strong, attacking, defensive-minded, wingers, goalkeepers, whatever you like, put it in a comment down below. And if you do see a comment down below that you do agree with, that a country you would like to see us visit, make sure you put a thumbs up on it, because they generally are the ones that I will pick moving forward. So the next time we go around to send the scouts out, I will go through the comment section, pick the top 3 that have the most thumbs up, and they're the countries that we will go and visit. So get down in the comment section, give me some countries that you would like to see us scout in this career mode, and we'll send them off in the next campaign. But for now, I'm going to pick these 3. So let's get some homegrown talent coming through Manchester United. Right, so our scouts have sent out here to England for physically strong, Scotland for a playmaker, and the Republic of Ireland for any. Hopefully he can bring us back a goalkeeper nice and early. And I will let you know that if you're not familiar, I am, you know, modding a little bit myself. I've got my own little Youth Scout mod that just sort of varies the types of players, heights and weights and stuff like that that will come back. Something that I'm testing this year. So we'll use them in this career mode. I didn't use them in the Youth Edition series, but we'll see what kind of players we get back. Hopefully it brings us back some freaks and we can really create a very interesting team. But get commenting down below on the, you know, countries and the positional areas that you would like to see us visit. In regards to mods, I will let you know we're using Paul's mod. It seems to be the most stable for me. We used it through the Youth Edition series. We'll be using that realism mod once again. We've got a boot mod on as well. These will all be in the description. We are using the FIFA community graphics pack, if that's what you want to call it. Just, you know, gives kits and banners and flags and stuff to some of the lower leagues and stuff, which we might need once we get into those European competitions. And other than that, nothing else really. I have made some slight adjustments to the kits, just through the Sparring DK logo on the back of all the Manchester United kits. We'll look at upgrading the kits over this campaign as well, as we have done. And I have checked the free agency list and there's nothing here at the start. So pretty much we're going to be concentrating on youth here, you'd feel, for the first season. Any of these no-face players will be automatic released once I've got enough squad players. And of course, any of the real players, if they get an offer in on the transfer list, they are gone. So it's time to begin Relegation Regen Rebuild for FIFA 20. Can we get them back to the Premier League very, very quickly? It would be nice to get them back in one season, but who knows what these sliders have in play. We don't simulate games in this one generally, but we'll see how we're going. It needs to be a little bit more advanced and sped up with the amount of time that we've got to FIFA 21. But hopefully you're ready for another big series on the channel. let's get into this season. Right, straight off the bat, we get an offer in from Besiktas for Fosu Mensah, 4.75 million, and that means we need to accept it. Simulations in the preseason tournament, of course, it's a 2-1 win to start off our campaign. Goals to Williams and Hamilton. Second game of the preseason is a 2-0 win, but Lad's been red carded. Right, Fosu Mensah is gone. He was only with us for a week, but that is business, and he has left. He has gone to the Turkish League for 4.7 million. Money, not really an issue here for Manchester United. We've got, a good 150 million in the transfer budget and nothing to spend it on as yet. And the third preseason game, it is a 1-0 loss. We get a loan offer in for Chong. I don't think we can entertain any loan offers this early in the career mode because we just don't have enough players, so we will be rejecting that one. Semi-final of the preseason tournament against Paris FC. It's a 5-4 penalty win to take us through to the final. Right, Bristol City are in for Gomez for 2.9 million. That's a big loss if that deal goes through, but we will be accepting. Final game of the preseason goes to penalties again. It's another win, 4-3. Right, Gomez has been sold. He has gone to Bristol City for 2.9 million. And we get a transfer offer in for Chong from Wigan Athletic for 1.6, which we will also have to accept. There we go. Chong has been sold to Wigan Athletic for 1.6. Our squad is diminishing quickly, but those youth academy reports are not too far away. Right, our Scout Future Stars come back. It is Mario Navarrete, a central attacking midfielder from Argentina, 59 overall, 86 to 94 potential. So there we go. Our first signing at Manchester United with Fabio Arnaiz is Mario Navarrete. Is it Navarrete or Navarrete? I'm not too sure, but let's just get him into the squad and hope that he can build into a superstar for this team. Right, our first influx of youth academy talent, and I tell you what, Scotland's been very kind to us, but let's have a look at what we've got here. Most of these lads will need to be signed in. We've got Callum Shaw, a centre forward from England, 59 overall, 73 to 94 potential. Welcome to the first team. We've also got Duncan Stewart, a centre midfielder, a playmaker, 56 overall, 73 to 94 potential. We need some midfield backup. Let's get all of these lads in that we can. Malcolm Campbell looks like an interesting one. 17 years of age, 61 overall, 77 to 94 potential playmaker. We've got Angus Murray, another playmaker centre midfielder. Only 15 though, so he can't come into the squad just yet. 60 overall, 81 to 94 potential. A centre midfielder here in Gordon Ross, another playmaker. 61 overall, 70 to 94 potential. And we've got a central attacking midfielder playmaker from Scotland. 60 overall, 68 to 94, which we'll monitor. A left midfielder here from the Republic of Ireland in Brian McDonald, 60 overall, 64 to 88. We probably need him as well. And a centre-back in Archie Cooper, 51 overall at the moment, 74 to 94. Let's get him into the squad. Right, let's take a look at some of these new acquisitions. We've got McDonald on the left-hand side, 3-star, 3-star. Not a lot of pace, but I will cover what we're doing with training very, very soon. Navarrete, our Scout Future star, I'm going to start him out here on a wing, just because we don't have a right winger, and he's got 72 pace, so we'll see how he plays that. He's got the chip shot trait as well. And Cooper will have to start here, the centre-back, 51 overall. He's going to need some heavy training very, very early on. He looks all right, though. Campbell at a 61 can cover the defensive roles as well by the looks of things, which could be handy, but only 5'9". Stewart 6'2", could possibly help out all through the middle there, left-footed. And of course, we've picked up Shaw. He will be the backup striker, I guess. 4-star skill moves, some good physicals there by the looks of things. 90 aggression, so he's an angry little man. But yeah, there we go. Our squad is ready for the first game of the season. Right, so training. I need to explain to you what's going to happen with training. At the start of every month, we are going to set up our training scenarios here. We're going to pick 5 players to be trained. So what I want you guys in the comment section to do is let me know which players you would like to see trained. Who do you feel should be coming up? Or if you've got a better way of thinking that, how we should train our squad, let me know in the comment section. But for now, you can pick a player, train, let's say, train Cooper on defending, or train a centre-back on defending, something like that in the comments section. Thumbs up on the ones that you agree with, and we'll just try and, manipulate the squad enough that these boys can, start living up to their potentials. But, I mean, Manchester United really known for producing young talent, so we really need to concentrate on lifting these players to a role that's going to be serviceable, that we can get them in the squad, and obviously, be players for us for the future. Now, we do have mods in play. if we need to accelerate a little bit quicker, we can always juice them up. There is some options there to, you know, get a little bit of steroids in there and, you know, get them growing ridiculously quickly. But that's going to be up to you guys. If you want to see some juice unleashed, do let me know in the comment section. If you've seen some of the live stream stuff over on the second channel where we've juiced players, it can get quite interesting and hilarious. They do get very overpowered in the late stages of the game, but it's up to what you guys want to watch. If you want to see a youth team come through and grow from 60 to 80 in a season and stuff like that, and then just absolutely destroy shit, then get down in the comment section and let me know that that's what you want. Put thumbs up, and we'll see what we can do about creating a very interesting squad to be. But for now, we're just going to stick it on. I have put on an option that they will get at least an A rating. So when we do simulate, they will get an A. That's natural progression. But what you'll notice with Paul's mod is it actually slows down the training a little bit. So whether you want the juice involved, let me know in the comment section, and we'll make a decision on that moving forward. Right, our first press conference here, and they haven't even put our name on the banner. That's how new he is. But yeah, I won't show you all of these because it just gets monotonous and boring. But, you know, first episode of the season, we may as well throw one here. Pre-season impact on the squad. I mean, the lads, we're working hard every day. Let's be pretty diplomatical about it. Hopefully we can get this squad up and about with a little bit more team morale, and that will ensure that their rating is a little bit higher and help us out in the games, because the side, as you know, can be very much difficult at the best of times. Can your team win the relegation battle? Of course we can. We have good players. We're going to focus on youth, and hopefully they can come through and, you know, go for that mid-table sort of finish, and we'll see how we're going. Fosu Mensah's replacement, can Laird fill the gaping hole left in the squad? Well, he can for now, until we get someone better. And this is his chance to become a legend? Nah, he's got the qualities. We'll play the qualities, and hopefully that's enough to keep him happy and get this team up and about. Right, time to get into the opening game of our first championship season. We'll be taking on Barnsley at the Oakwell Stadium. Obviously, we haven't made too many changes to the lineup other than the Youth Academy players coming in. So it's really going to be up to the likes of, you know, Williams, Tuanzebe, Grant, Laird, Greenwood, and that young midfield to try and get us, you know, going. Hopefully, Cooper at 52 rated can, you know, put in a bit of a shift, but it's going to be a bit of a struggle here early, you'd feel. We will take a look at the star ratings of the teams that we're coming up against later on in the episode, but let's just jump into this one, the first game of the season. Can Fabio Arnaiz get off to a win? Who knows? Let's get into this game. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We are at Barnsley, of course. And Manchester United will want to get back up to the top flight as quickly as possible. So a big campaign here needed in the championship. Hopefully these lads can, you know, get off the mark nice and early, and we can build a team that can be a force to be reckoned with once again in English football. Well, Cooper's first touch, and he's bobbled it, and Barnsley takes the lead. Oh dear, is this a sign of things to come? Who knows? But that was a really poor effort there from Cooper. On debut, just bobbled it down in front of himself. No ball control whatsoever there. And that has just led to the destruction. What was that touch? 1-0 to Barnsley. It looks like it's a long road ahead here for us at Manchester United. Grant, the 37-year-old goalkeeper, well, his reactions will be dropping very quickly. And we are down 1-0 only after a few minutes. Patrick Schmidt with the goal. Here's Laird. Navarrete drives his way down the line. He'll try and cut back inside here. Lays it off. Hamilton. Dispossessed there. And a young midfield is very much under the pressure here early. Tuanzebe does well. We're going to need him to be on point. Williams up the line. Finds young McDonald, back off to Williams. It's a good overlapping run. Williams down the line now, will drive his way forward. Can he set someone through? He can, and oh, good work there from the goalkeeper. Denies Levitt. Oh, it's a quick 1-2 play. Laird, oh, he's given it away, and well, luckily it's not 2-0, but it's a corner now for Barnsley. Leading short, Chaplin fires it out wide. Here's Dougal. And he just walks his way through our defence, but Grant, old man Grant, Oh, Cooper in. Big challenge. Love to see it. Here we go. Navarrete can't get through his man. Barnsley definitely applying a lot of pressure here. Gets around Laird. Or back inside. Cooper gets done. Left, right and centre. Here's the strike and Grant with a good save. But Barnsley all over us like a cheap suit here at the moment. We just don't have any prowess moving forward. But that'll come in time. Oh, off the sidebar, bang, there's a goal. Oh dear. We are in for a real challenge this season. I mean, the funny thing is, one thing we have never done in this kind of competition is have leagues underneath us. So there is a real chance that we could even get relegated, which would really take this to another level, wouldn't it? 2-0 to Barnsley. Grant made a good initial save, but unfortunately, they just follow it up and it's 2-0. Good from Cooper. Making his way into this game now. McDonald finds Williams. Williams drives the line. Drives his way forward here, Williams. Looks back inside. Greenwood turns his man. Mason Greenwood, there we go! Manchester United scoring on the cusp of half-time. And Mason Greenwood, you can feel that there's going to be a lot of reliance on him this season. There we go. Our first goal comes from Mason Greenwood. Just turned his man nicely. Used the dummy run. Beats the goalkeeper. It's 2-1. And Manchester United in with a little bit of a sniff now. As Mason Greenwood gets the finish. Just before half-time. Always a good time to score. Fabio Inez happy with that finish. It's 2-1. And there is the half-time whistle. On the opening day of the season, it is 2-1 in favour of Barnsley. But Manchester United scoring there just before half-time. In with a sniff. Ball here from Barnsley. Williams works his way down the line. Tawanza Bay was there. And Laird gets up and gets the clearance in. Good work from Laird. Oh, there's another one in. Barnsley 3. Manchester United 1. A good ball inside. And, well, we need a goalkeeper. Grant's just too old. He can't react in time. And, well, I mean, you've lost two quality goalkeepers in De Gea and obviously Henderson. So it's up to Grant, and that is poor. And that sees us 3-1 down now. Good finish in the end. Good ball inside. Grant needed to do better on the near stick. 3-1 Barnsley. Oh, turned inside out. Good save from Grant. Cleared away again. Barnsley looking for a fourth here. Manchester United really struggling. Good work there from Cooper. 9 shots to 1. Well, let's make the changes, which you can't see because AA broke the game. But, a couple of the youngsters checking in. Can't get that ball out, but finds Shaw. Oh, that's a lovely turn. Shaw! Oh, yes! Let's go, lad! He's got a goal here on debut. Oh, that was something brilliant. Maybe a sign of things to come. He has done the defender like a dinner. And it's game on once again, 3-2. Shaw with the finish. And he was sure about it. Get in, lad. 3-2 on the day. Goals galore. Good from Williams. And Shaw again. Plays it forward. Navarrete into the box. Oh! Big tackle. It's a corner for Manchester United. Oh, look out. I think that was Greenwood going for heroics, but he's missed. And there is the whistle. It's a 3-2 defeat, but the boys, you know, had a red-hot crack, and that's all we can hope for this early in the season. 12 shots to 6. They controlled the game. We were lucky to get 2 goals. Brendan Williams with an 8.5. Right, training session. Cooper up to a 53 already, and his defensive stats are quite low, so he should grow pretty quickly. Right, second game of the episode. We are at Old Trafford, our first game at home. Shaw got that goal, so he will get a start here today up front. We'll put Greenwood out on that right wing, and Navarrete moves back into the cam position, which is where he should be playing. It means Levitt does go to the bench, but let's see if we can get a victory here at home. Who knows what we're going to do here against the Blackburn Rovers? Fingers crossed for 3 points. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Old Trafford. Manchester United need to turn this back into a fortress if we want any chance of progressing back up into the Premier League and onward towards European campaigns. But, yeah, an okay display there against Barnsley. 3-2 loss on the road. We want to be getting victories here at home, though. And today we take on Blackburn. Let's go. From Williams, Navarrete plays it out wide. Here is Hamilton, and off to young McDonald. Plays it inside. Shaw's going to need a little bit of help. Plays it off now. Greenwood, back for Shaw. Works his way forward into the box. Doesn't have a lot to go to. Decides to take everyone on here, Shaw. Still going. Shaw. No, just not enough agility there, you feel, from the young lad. Oh, played onside here. Bang. Well, our defence is looking a little bit unstable. And we've just been smashed on the counter-attack. Armstrong with the finish. And it's 1-0 to Blackburn. Ugh. Have to learn how to dig in here, boys. We press forward. Not sure where our defensive line is. It's pretty much a shambles. And a good finish there from Armstrong. That makes it 1-0 to Blackburn. The hard road begins now. Greenwood works his way inside. Still comes Mason Greenwood. Lays it off. Navarrete. Oh, trying to flick it on, but picked out. Oh, there's two. Armstrong on fire here for Blackburn. Manchester United with no hope in hell. Looks like they can't fight their way out of a brown paper bag here at the moment. And Adam Armstrong is reaping the rewards of some really poor defensive work from Manchester United. And some very questionable goalkeeping as well from Grant. 2-0 Blackburn. You've got to be saving that, mate. Oh, that's a big challenge from Laird. Unleashes Greenwood. Greenwood will push his way forward. Greenwood's the kind of talent that should be able to do bits here in this competition. Lays it back and picked out. He's just not got enough help with it. That'll come. Jesus, we're keeping a freaking high line here. Dak is through. One-on-one with Grant. It's 3-0 Blackburn. Hello. Well, shit a biscuit. We are in trouble. It's very questionable that our defence is keeping such a high line. We may need to make some adjustments pretty quickly here. Already 3-0 down. Not looking like a Manchester United side at all. Shaw lays off. Here's Navarrete. Can he get through? He's trying. Oh, he's taking it to the face. And, well, Blackburn in complete control. Navarrete, the man to whip in. It's fallen to McDonald. He's had a crack. He's had a ping. He's hit the fucking defender. And that one's cleared away. 3-0 at half-time. Manchester United very much struggling. Tackle from Cooper. Navarrete plays it out wide. Greenwood pushes his way forward. Lays it off for Shaw. Plays one through. Here is Navarrete. Can he get a finish? He shoots. And it's a good save by Walton. Oh, come on! It's fucking weak. This defence, I mean, to be fair, we've only put one player in the defensive line from the academy. It's 3 young Manchester United players. They're just running around like headless chickens and, well, there we go, 4-0. That's Dak. Grant. The quicker you are out of here, the better, mate. 4-0. Not sure he's going to have enough speed to get through, but works his way forward into the box. Still comes Shaw! Oh, and he's missed. Navarrete, good touch. Greenwood fires off. He's got Laird on the run. Laird is pretty much dead, though. This team is just lacking that steel and trust and composure. It's early days. Fabio Arnaiz has got a lot of work ahead of him here with this team by the looks of things. Here's Greenwood. Drives his way forward. Mason Greenwood. Edge of the box. Has the strike. Straight at the goalkeeper. And that's the story of our day. Oh, to Wanzabay. Good block there. Well, the last thing we want to do is concede another one. 4-0 is enough of a whitewash here at home, and a lot of work to do for Manchester United. Laird can't get that one through either, and it's a big defeat. A lot of work to do here for Fabio Arnaez and Manchester United. 4-0 to Blackburn. Oh, we had shots, but only one on target and only 39% possession. Laird gets a 7.4, but our team is struggling here early. Right, training session sees a Shaw to a 60 and Cooper to a 54. Hopefully that can help us out. Right, time for the third game of today's episode. It is the Carabao Cup. Manchester United hosting Colchester United. I've switched up the formation a little bit. We were a 4-3-3 attacking. I've gone to a 4-3-3 holding. We will play Borthwick, Jackson and Tanner, bring them in, give them some game time. But maybe this change of formation will help us out a little bit more defensively. Pereira between the sticks. Let's see if we can push through to the next round of the Cup and get our first victory of the season. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are in the Carabao Cup, taking on Colchester. I think they're in League 2. So hopefully a chance here for the lads to taste victory today. New formation to test out, and maybe it'll help us out a little bit more defensively because we have been bloody poor. Garner, Greenwood, plays off, Navarrete. Drives his way forward, waits for the run now. Mason Greenwood pushes it out wide. Can he find a way inside? Does enough to hold on to the ball here. Flicks it away. Garner. Hamilton. Picked out by Comley. Greenwood, lovely ball. Overlap run here from Tanner. Tanner drives his way forward. Needs to look inside, plays it back. Navarrete, oh, works the goalkeeper. Good strike. Working with the save. Oh, it's not often you get denied a goal by a pickle. But there we go, good save. It was pretty much straight at him. In the corner now for Manchester United. Navarrete, the man to deliver. And there's the header. Nowhere near on target there from Mason Greenwood. Greenwood did well. Navarrete has to hold up the plate. Hamilton, Shaw, lays one off. Here's McDonald. Into the box comes McDonald. He'll take the strike, and it's a good save from Gherkin. Oh, some better build-up play there from Manchester United. We'll get another corner here. Can we find a way to score? Doesn't look likely. Over the top here. Mason Greenwood gets the touch. Needs to cut back inside. Mason Greenwood. Oh, he's done well to get through there. Mason Greenwood. Oh, that is terrible. Well, he's meant to be the star of the show here at the moment. Worked his way through the defensive line, but just lost all composure. Go for the strike. That's poor. There's the halftime whistle. It's 0-0. Both teams not really doing too much, to be fair. Oh, lovely from Mason Greenwood. Here is Hamilton. Takes it out wide. Flicks it inside. Mason Greenwood gets around one. Still comes Mason Greenwood, but picked off by Prosser. He's trying to be a one-man army. Well, it's a corner for Colchester. It's a pretty average day at the office for both teams. There's the header, though, and that one's put wide. Well, 3 changes. Let's just get some fresh legs on here and hope that we can turn it around quickly. Get caught out on the counter here. We don't have the pace to get back. Senior pushes his way forward to Wanzabe here with him. Wanzabe did well. Noble, Senior, Pereira. Oh, my days. Borthwick Jackson finds Stewart, who's just checked in, so he's got some fresh legs. He's not a winger. He is a midfielder, but he drives his way forward here. Stewart, can he get the finish? Oh, good save from Gherkin. Holds up the play, then gives it to no one. Injury time, is it extra time, is it penalties? Who knows? It's been another, defensively we've been okay. But we haven't been attacking enough to even try and find a goal. Good block from Stewart. And again. There's the whistle. Well, to penalties. Can we find a way through this competition? Mason Greenwood. Oh, good save from Gherkin. Might be in trouble here. Oh, down the middle is chipped in. Levitt. Puts it in. Noble versus Pereira. And he's gone down the middle as well. To Wanzabe. That's a nice penalty. Pereira find a save. No, chipped again. Navarrete steps up. Oh, that's dodgy. But he's got it. Oh, they keep going to that right-hand side. Well, Borthwick Jackson. Oh, and it's saved. And there we go, out of the Carabao Cup. On penalties to Colchester United. Oh, 10 shots to 5. We got outplayed and we're not ready for a cup run, that's for sure. We're barely ready for a championship run, but there we go. Georgetown had a good game, 8.0, but out of the Carabao Cup. Right, so let's explain to you, if you're not familiar with how we do player upgrades on this channel. Each and every episode, if there is a player available, I will let you guys upgrade our players for our squad, so you get to pick their number, what their kit looks like, and all that kind of good stuff. The one thing I will say is that we'll always have an untucked shirt, so any player that has been upgraded will be given an untucked shirt. You can change anything, boots, gloves, wristbands, their number. On the screen, you will see the amount of numbers that are available. Of course, it is the first one, so you can choose any number you like here for Cooper, the English centre-back. If you want to make any changes to his number or kit, you put the full list down below on what you would like to see him change to. Put thumbs up on the ones that you like, and whoever gets the most thumbs up on their comment will get the player upgrade in a future episode. So good luck with that. Let's get this team upgraded and fit and ready to go, because it's been a poor start to our campaign, and maybe a fresh change of boots to some of these players will help them excel and turn into big players for the future. Good luck with the player upgrades. Right, and that is where we bring episode 1 to a close. Unfortunately, it's been a slow start, and I think that it is going to be a tough season here for Manchester United. We've still got 4 games here in August before we get our next influx of youth academy players. Obviously, there's no free agents out there for us, so really need to get you guys down below commenting on what you would like to see happen with the squad, whether you know, we get a little bit of the old juice injected into some of these players. Let me know your thoughts on how quickly we should be, you know, juicing up this squad. Swansea have started off quite well, 2 wins, of course. Quite a few teams here that are undefeated, but unfortunately for us, it's been a very poor start to the season. It sees us sitting bottom of the table and already in a bit of a relegation fight, which could be quite interesting if we don't get up and about this season. You know that our youth players will grow relatively quickly, and we should start competing against some of these teams, but we still need to bring in a lot of players and look to really overhaul this squad, because I mean, even with the likes of Mason Greenwood and that trying to help us out, we tend to be a little bit short compared to some of these teams. And what I'll do in the next episode is we'll go through and have a look at the star ratings of the teams, just to see where our squad is sitting in regards to the teams that we're playing against and where we feel that we should be finishing the season. At this stage, I don't even think it's a promotional club. It feels slow, lethargic, and our defence is looking a little bit stale. But, you know, we just changed the formation, got a clean sheet until penalties, so hopefully that can play out here in the championship against some of these bigger teams, and we can push our way up the table. So don't get too attached to what's going on with the squad just yet. There's probably a handful of players that will, you know, continue through the series, but a lot that will make their way out of the club as we bring in fresh talent from around the world. And obviously there will be regens and free agents that pop up over the next couple of seasons. Hopefully it's a big campaign and something you can sink your teeth in and enjoy this career mode until we get to FIFA 21. That's all today. Thank you to my Patreons for the support on the channel. Thanks to everyone that's watched episode number 1. Hopefully you enjoy the continual of this series. We come out on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays for those that are interested. But that's where we leave it today. I'm Sparring DK. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and you have a good one. The Sparring DK channel now has Patreon, and if you feel like just going that little extra step to help, you know, the channel grow, you can go across to the website, pledge your allegiance to myself, and for $1 a month, you're basically putting it in a jar and allowing for us to go and buy some more beers and record some more beer drinking episodes. Thank you very much to the current lads that have gone ahead and supported the channel. Absolutely tremendous to see anybody willing just to give that $1 a month at this stage. I cannot thank you from the bottom of my heart. You really will make a difference in the future. So jump across there if you're that way inclined to the Patreon channel. Sign up today and we'll see if we can get some extra beer drinking episodes for you at home. Now, if you are looking for some more content, we've got a couple of videos. One here, and if you want to subscribe, there's a button right there. So go ahead, subscribe, and you'll be notified when the videos